Alright, this was after we left the ravine.
After we
Yes,
left the ravine,
you flew up the mountain, landed, suffered points of exhaustion, used the legendary resistances to not suffer those points of exhaustion, and then went
Hey,
into the hut.
we took those back, or at least I did.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Understandable.
Yes.
is that still activated, by the way, or is that done now?
Yeah, it's still active for the time being.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for someone to be like, hey, I'm curious, let's do this looting thing, and then Thaniel fucking shows up. It's like, I'm ready for round 2.
This is mine. Don't touch it.
Spawns Thaniel.
Yep, we find the Infinity Gauntlet. It's like, ooh, what's this? And Thaniel's like, nothing of your concern.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I did that. I did some experimenting with Panacea. I think that was pretty much it.
We
Is that
at
what you're
least
calling her?
know, or at least, like, we know something about the Panacea. It's,
We're missing an ingredient or two.
yes.
Missing an ingredient, we don't know what the ritual is to create it.
But we know that it's written down somewhere, and that's the important thing. If we know that it's written somewhere, then that means we can use the compass to find out where that is.
Yeah. I think the plan was to pretty much make sure we have a fair amount of cures.
Would be a good idea. That way we don't have to run away whenever anything shows up. Because, fuck no, am I gonna risk fighting when it's like, yeah, the worst thing that can happen is you get infected with this disease that has no cure and kills you in 3 days.
Kill you.
Huh?
It doesn't kill
Doesn't
you.
kill you.
Okay, so what does it do?
It
Mutates.
Makes you a
It
zombie.
mutates you.
Okay, if it mutates me, am I in control of my character?
You don't know.
Yeah, I'm not fucking testing that bullshit. Motherfucker, don't believe a word I says. I'm taking you at your advice.
Since when the fuck do we do that?
What is advice?
A miserable pile of secrets.
How about thee?
In this case, you're not wrong.
Well, what time is it?
Time to go to
Time
bed.
for you to go watch.
Adel
Let me
has
get
a
some
watch.
sleep. We're all tired.
Sure.
What?
What time is it?
Let's see. Assuming that you all started your day at, we'll say 8 in the morning, and you spent 8 hours traveling, 4 in the afternoon or so?
Jesus Christ, that's not late
okay.
at all. Alright. Can Beastie ask for more well, she already did the training with... I guess she'll train with Hubert.
Okay. Roll. You'll need to roll athletics
Alright.
versus his acrobatics.
Wow.
Alright.
That's a great start.
So, this time, you managed to go toe-to-toe. You managed to go toe-to-toe with him, as he can't seem to get an upper hand against you, but you can't get an upper hand against him either, as the two of you continue your sparring session.
Cool. Beastie has to crit to be on par with Hubert at his I don't even know, like his good rather than best.
I mean, I consider 17, 18, 19, and 20 to be the best, but sure.
And doing that, Otto's just looking at his beakers and scuffed workstation he put up. He's gonna look to the panacea he made, look to the one that has the small bit of paladin blood in it that didn't mix in, look back to the panacea. He's kind of just gonna look back and forth. Then he's gonna snap his fingers and be like, maybe that's why.
Maybe what's why, says Ada.
Well, I'm just mostly theorizing stuff here, and I assume that because I'm assuming paladin blood, or at least the paladin blood that Last Light is a part of, his core is pure in a way, since they're blessed by a god. And I kind of made a product that isn't exactly pure at all. That's just kind of a copy. So, I'm gonna try this, and then if it doesn't work, I might be done with experimenting with this, at least for today. And he's gonna take the rest of the vial of the paladin's blood and the blessed seawater that he had. Is gonna combine both of those into one beaker at the same time, like one empty beaker.
Okay. As you do this, you see it all pour together, and you once again get a very diluted yellow concoction. And for the time being, the blood appears to be mixed with it, but you can, as you observe it, see it slowly beginning to separate again.
Huh.
Elvie is sitting across from the table, looking at Otto's experimentation, and she has an elbow on the side, like on the chair arm, and her chin is resting on her fist. She's just watching very closely.
I'll then make note of that again, and he'll just kind of think to himself. There's gotta be something with this ritual that I'm missing.
If I may, Otto, I think that there is a third thing that you might not be taking into account here.
Yeah?
A catalyst.
What do you mean?
In order for such... Well, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know the specifics, but I do know that when you are trying to make something like this with alchemical or chemistry or what have you, a catalyst is necessary. And this catalyst, it's not always even an ingredient of some kind. Sometimes it's a tool. I'm just thinking that... Yes, I'm just thinking that... I'm not sure it's something that can be recreated by chance. With it being so valuable, it is most likely this catalyst is kept under lock and key somewhere. After all, we are dealing with a paladin core. They would not allow such things to be kept all willy-nilly out there.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But
Otto,
yeah.
what is your assembly method? Do you just mix the ingredients together?
That's kind of what I've been doing. That's kind of the basics I have for right now with this, at least.
Have you tried heating it up or chilling the ingredients?
Not really. But I assume that if there is some type of ritual to it, I don't know if eating it would actually.
I mean, a paladin does use fire a lot, holy fire.
That could be the case, maybe. Huh? Didn't we went to before that? Didn't we see like light kind of like shine down on the paladin at some point?
Yes.
Yes. Whenever he was getting himself back to full power, light came from the sky before he very briefly entered what you would assume to be his quote-unquote avatar state.
Avatar state?
That's just what it's called for paladins. They become the avatar of blank whenever they use their 17th level ability.
Damn.
He's talking about okay. And then I'll look over. Last light?
He looks over at you from where he's reading and says yes.
What exactly was that ritual you did when you felt like you were weak and it kind of made you stronger again?
There was a prayer. There was a prayer to the deity that I worship to bequeath me back the power that I had lost after being sealed away for so long.
Hello?
Huh.
Yo,
Do you think you'd be able to try that on an object?
He shakes his head and says, "Unfortunately, that isn't how that works. It is a personal ritual."
I guess that makes sense.
Offering prayer could
Was there not some mention of some sort of ritual that was secreted away somewhere that we had to go find to make this panacea whole?
yes.
Yeah, there is. I've been trying just to recreate it, see if I can get a natural reaction, or try to make it naturally or something.
Oh, so you're trying to brute force the issue.
Well, I'm trying to experiment to see if there's any other ways to do it, I guess.
Hmm.
Anything that could give us less risk is better in my opinion, so. If I somehow were able to stumble upon a new way to create it without us having to maybe go get into a dangerous position again, I figured that would be a good backup.
I fear that may be unavoidable.
It probably is. However, I did want to bring another thing up here that I've been thinking about for a while.
And that is.
It's another theory, going back to what I said earlier about the island potentially being a giant creature itself.
Yes.
I know we haven't really seen any traces of the cult here, but considering what they're able to do of infecting living things, like how the puppeteer is, would not be possible that he kind of planted like a more of a long-term planting that he did within the island somewhere?
I don't think the cult is related to this. This doesn't fit their or the puppeteer's MO.
Yeah, but what does the puppeteer want exactly?
The puppeteer wants suffering, yes, but suffering towards his goal. This does not help him.
But it does help him create chaos in the world if this thing does become a problem for everyone, no?
No. If he wanted chaos, he would do this back in Aria, not here.
Yeah, this is very self-contained.
But that's the thing, is that if it happened in Crestfall or Aria, then it would have been easier for people to repel it, because there's so many different nations on an island. This is one island that's secluded from the whole world itself.
Yes, but remember, he wants suffering. He doesn't want death. Death would be the end of suffering.
But
This
the creatures
could
here
be a
don't
failed
die.
experiment.
Sorry, what?
This could be a failed experiment.
I just don't think that the puppeteer is involved with this.
Even so, something about this does feel cult-like, but not him specifically.
I don't think
get what I mean?
Yes, but I don't think any of the cults are involved with this. This does not fit the MO of the puppeteer, of the rifter, or of the third one. This is not their doing.
Wait, how do we know it's not the third one, though?
Because the third one, his goal is the creation of, what was it again? Mimics, I think they're called. No, changelings. Things like that. His people are supposed to infiltrate. He created beings like Dalderites. That is not this.
And again, I bring up the point of failed experiment.
But by who?
What if this was supposed to be some sort of body snatching thing and it went wrong?
If you wish to believe so, feel free. But I don't think the cult is involved. And that's all I'll say.
That's fair. But if the
Otto,
cult isn't involved, and I don't think, and this is not natural,
Definitely.
who is
not.
involved then?
I don't think we
Otto.
can.
Otto, may I see the unfinished panacea for a moment?
So, which one? I have the one that's mixed in with the paladin blood, the one that's just the panacea itself, and the one that is just blood and the blessed seawater.
The one with the paladin's blood.
You'll hand the one with the paladin's blood over.
Okay. I'm gonna try something, and I highly doubt this is gonna work, but you know, Hail Mary. I would
great.
like to see. I would like to cast Bless on myself, and I want to see that if I cast Bless on myself, can I use the energy from that spell to bless something that I'm holding as well?
Hold on. I would allow it, however, that vial is already technically holy water, so.
Okay.
He wants
Does he have
to
any-
bless the rains down in Africa.
No, there's no rain
I
involved.
still think you should apply heat. Boil the hell out of it.
Possibly. Though my methods of boiling things at the moment are rather volatile, and I do not wish to boil the rest of you.
You
I
have
mean,
a
if you want-
fireplace.
I mean, if you want, you can try to bless this, and he'll just hand over like a vial of just a regular panacea.
Okay. I will attempt to bless that then.
As you attempt to do this, you get the same feeling that it has already been blessed.
Okay. Huh.
Where did
Oh,
Hold on a
just
minute.
Extend our hand. I can boil it.
Again, we have a fireplace, milady. You can just let it do it naturally.
Ada will just slowly give Jubilee a look. Very well.
The intelligent Jubilee, the focused Jubilee.
Yes. The one that told her to use the fireplace instead. It just gives her a look of, how fucking dare you? But it says, very well.
You can give me that look all you want, milady. You know I'm right, and you're just overcomplicating things. I still care about you.
The glare intensifies.
Now you're trying to think which one you don't like more. But back to theorizing while we're working on that. I just remembered something. Wasn't there supposed to be some sort of entity around here as well?
Entity?
From what the Rodriguez said.
What kind of entity?
Or was it a different island regarding some sort of light entity?
Oh, that. No, that's definitely not here.
Ah, sorry. My apologies then. I'm getting my islands mixed up.
Yeah, that was. That one was an angel. I don't think an angel would do something like this.
I don't think they would either, but I just didn't want to come across an infected angel later on.
Heavens help
Just
us if we do.
Didn't we already encounter something similar?
Yeah, the one that Poppy had to deal with that kind of had wings and whatnot.
Yes, the one when we were.
I don't think that was an angel.
It
that was
looked like
more-
one at the very least.
Last light. You have any idea what that was?
I would assume it was one of my corrupted brethren.
That would explain it.
Were any of your corrupted brethren Azamars or angels?
There were many of our rank that were of various different races, but the mutations are random. It's just as likely that they became that from an orc as it is an Azamar.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Good to know.
I guess I do have a question. Have any of the infected spoken to you?
Or attempted to communication?
Not in a manner that I recognize.
Otto will raise his hand up and say, I can try
Try what?
to speak to it.
Ava will just gesture to her mask. Do you have one of these? The plague mask.
He'll look into like his pack, and I'm pretty sure I had.
When I put mine on, something said it could hear me. And it definitely wasn't Kane.
No,
Unfortunately,
he got a
I
message
think
something
player
about
figured
where
it
he got
out,
it
but
from.
a character wouldn't know.
Yeah, same here. Idle doesn't know enough about this certain situation to figure it out.
And I didn't make a note of this mask, so I'm just gonna say Otto doesn't have it, because I don't know what notes I made on it.
Idle will hand her his. Will hand his hers. Hand him hers.
You're handing over the mask, we get it.
Yes.
Yeah. Otto then put it on.
I don't think it will work here, given we are not on the island. But with how early in the day it is, we should be able to step outside and see what occurs. Beware, though. If what I think occurred is what occurred, then they will know where we are once we step out with that mask on.
I don't suppose your father would have any insight on the situation.
Well, I'd have to find some way to contact him, but I don't really have any means to.
We can't send him a sending.
I don't know that spell.
Alright, hold on. Let me see if
I apologize, Otto, but I was referring to Milady's father. Although your father might have some insight on this too.
Well, he'll head towards the door. There shouldn't be too much of an issue to step out and go ask him.
It is very cold out there, so.
You keep an eye on them.
I would say the cold never bothered me anyway, but today something seems to be
Oh,
off
let
about
it go.
me. Sure, I'll get on that. And she starts
Yeah,
heading
you're-
out.
And you're being followed by the other Jubilee, as the strict one told her keep an eye on him.
Hubert?
Hubert is in a different room training with Beastie. You'd have to go find him.
That's why Studious Jubilee sent other Jubilee to and make sure they're safe. Do not get unfocused.
Perhaps maybe we should switch places, she says to the other Jubilee. I'm unsure if I can trust you by yourself.
My lady, well, I'm a little bit unhurt. I'm a little bit hurt. Again, while she is a little bit impulsive, she is still has all my capabilities and still very much of the fighter I am.
Think about it like this: she'll keep a harder eye out than things around you than this other Jubilee will.
Yes, unfortunately, I will be a lot more distracted in my thoughts if that were the case. Or this one will be focused on the task of protecting you at all costs.
Very well, but you will be held responsible.
I also find it very interesting that the other one doesn't speak either. Very perplexing.
I'm guessing she speaks in another form of language.
The other one just gives you a smile.
Oh boy. Alright. And we'll head to the door, and we'll just ease it open and pop her head out.
Hold on.
I'm back. I had to deal with something IRL.
Welcome back.
Oh god, well, there's something outside the door.
Well, that's why it'll just popped her head out instead of stepped on through. I feel like I should be concerned.
Why?
I don't know, but my spider sense is tingling. Well, Elle will tighten her cape around herself and... Actually, she'll look back to Jubilee. Is there anything around you can see? Chaos?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she muted. Oh, he muted.
Sorry, adjusting something. Give me a moment.
Alright.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Sorry,
buddy.
my one set of my headphones died, so I just had to switch my earbuds.
Oh, that's
no.
unfortunate.
All right. Okay, so what's happening?
Adol will look back to the other Jubilee and ask if she can see anything.
As Jubilee will start looking around for perceiving things.
Roll perception. You see a lot of snow, but you don't see anything alive other than yourself and Edelsarde.
She'll look back to Edelsarde and just shake her head.
Alright. Adol will tentatively step out, and then we'll send a sending to Ovitus.
Okay.
Jubilee will be on guard.
Hey Dad, we are dealing with an illness that has no cure except for the panacea, and it turns people into weird fleshy things. Ever heard anything about it?
No.
It is weird. Also, when I pawned a plague mask that I got from Kane, do you know someone called Kane?
No?
Then never mind. I was just gonna bring up that when I wore the plague mask, something said it could see me.
Or the what now?
Yeah, Kane is a doctor, and he gave us plague masks so that we could speak with him over long distances. Kinda weird since he doesn't know any magic. I guess he got those enchanted.
Does it look like a bird?
Yeah,
Alarms are going off in Ovitus's head right now.
Wee woo.
Hey, you have paladin friends with you, don't you?
yes.
They're immune to a disease, aren't they?
Yes, but
Slap the mask on. Slap the mask on their face right now.
You have one right next to you.
She'll look to Jubilee. Pawn the mask you got from Kane.
I don't think Jubilee actually has one.
Could've sworn we all got one.
You did all get one.
Oh, well, in that case, this Jubilee will shrug and put it on.
Okay. Jubilee is now wearing a mask.
Okay,
Looks around, oblivious.
she's wearing the mask now.
Okay. Is anyone talking to her?
She looks at Jubilee. Anyone talking to you through that?
She looks like she's trying to listen for anything.
They are not.
She shakes her head and shrugs.
No.
I'm gonna have to get back to you on this.
Milo!
Okay. Well, what do you think it is then?
I'm going to have to get back to you on this.
Okay.
Because I have to go get Nilo. Immediately. Very
Oh.
quickly.
Oh no.
Ha.
Don't put the mask back on. And with that, the sending ends.
Alright. They all look to Jubilee. You should take that mask off. And she'll head back inside.
Complies and look again and look stays very close to Adel. Not like glomping onto her arm, but still very close. Like she feels you're uneasy and just wants to try to be a comforting presence.
Well, doesn't seem uneasy. She just seems a bit confused. She is aware of how Obitus is.
And the fact that he mentioned he has to get Nilo for this, it's like, ooh, that's new.
Nah, it's more like, boy, he's doing something he's not gonna tell me about again, up until it's almost too late. But she'll head back to the others. Well, Obitus certainly seemed a bit concerned about this. He said he's going to get Nilo.
Oh dear.
Also, I'm going to need the plague mask back. You should not wear it.
Okay.
But Dr. Kane gave it to me.
Huh? No, you can keep yours. I'm talking about the one I gave to Otto. You're just not supposed to wear it.
Okay.
Is the mask compromised in some way?
Most likely.
Oh dear. Lady, I do recommend getting a full examination from our cleric then, if possible, right now.
Which one?
Any will do right now. Anyone that can probably detect for diseases.
Okay.
Or any sort of thing.
Well, I'm not saying no. Who's going to look me over?
Before the Silent Jubilee can make a motion, the other one shoots her look like, no, we're serious right now.
Not that kind of a checkup.
Elvira, would you mind assisting milady?
It's just LV, please.
The Silent Jubilee nods.
I'm trying to see if I can. Because I don't think I have the requisite spells for this. I actually don't think I do. Uh-oh.
Perhaps Last Light would be able to shed some light on the subject.
Yes, I am. Unfortunately, I'm lacking in my training, it seems.
My apologies.
No, it is fine.
You see the serious Jubilee, like, every so often she's reached up like she's to adjust glasses, even though she's not wearing any.
Curious.
Yes, I don't know where I picked up this weird habit all of a sudden.
Perhaps we should get you some glasses.
Unfortunately, I think that would only prove to mess with my current sight.
Well, they don't have to have lenses in them.
Well, either I am infected and I have 1 day left to live, or I'm fine.
Yeah,
Well-
but you've been showing no symptoms of anything.
Yes. Just one moment, please. As I pull up the LibreOffice document that has the symptoms that I wrote down.
Also, I would appreciate your refrain from any doom speaking, even if by joking, milady.
Very well.
Do. LV will walk up to Adelsarde, and will say, "Are you experiencing a fever at all?"
No. Well,
Okay.
I am definitely got affected due to the cold outside.
Are you experiencing a fever?
Let's see. How many levels of exhaustion did you get from the cold?
2.
Okay, let's see. Exhaustion
Which
levels.
Which means you have a -2 on all your rolls.
I am definitely feeling weaker. It's as difficult for me to ascertain since typically my temperature is higher than most.
Hubert?
It's not
Hubert
very-
is in another room training with Beastie.
Oh, sorry, I can see his token here. Would you permit me to touch you?
Very well.
LV will place a hand on, Adelsarde's forehead. Does she feel particularly, does she feel hotter than one should be?
No.
Okay. You don't seem to be exhibiting a higher temperature than normal, so the fever does not seem likely. Because the infected, it starts as a fever 24 hours after the infection. A rash begins 48 hours later after that, and in between 12 and 24 hours after the rash, it progresses, the subject becomes aggressive, and loses all cognitive function. Then the mutations begin after a few more days. However, if you are not exhibiting a fever, then the rest of the symptoms don't seem to be particularly imminent. So just keep cognizant of any rise in temperature.
I will do my best.
Make sure that Hubert and Jubilee keep a very close eye on you, just in case you start exhibiting, I don't know, flushed cheeks or some sort of signs of a fever. So I believe for now you may be fine, but it all depends on what happens in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yep.
And unfortunately, those that are typically immune to disease are still privy to this particular malady, which which is concerning.
Well, nonetheless, at least we have some idea of what we are dealing with. Some idea about a cure.
I don't remember if it was said. Did we ever check on the files that were boiling, see if any results happened?
Not yet. I think we've just been letting them sit for a little bit. Has there been any noticeable changes in them?
Which vials did you put in?
To eat.
It was the normal panacea, the one with the paladin blood.
You do not see any changes in the two of them.
Yeah, there's been no changes so far. I do think we should look into finding the ritual for it, though, so we can at least know how to make it if we do notice anything like this in the future.
I do think we
And-
should make that a priority, yes.
Eventually, Hubert will walk back into the room, dusting himself off.
Yeah. Hi, Hubert.
Hello, Otto.
But I'm back to my idea about how we can talk to it. My idea was that if it is a fleshy growth and is a hive mind, do you think there would be like an initial singular thought, or they'd speak together?
I'm uncertain.
Because if the hive mind is kind of thinking the same thing, then wouldn't talking to it kind of make it to where they'd all kind of speak in one voice?
No.
No?
Beastie shakes her head. No. Does your foot speak common?
Well, no, I'm talking about if I communicate with it mentally.
Yes. But that's no answer to my question. Does your foot speak common?
No?
Do not. It's not matter what it not matter what you sorry, words. It is so hard to make this smart thing sound dumb. It not matter that they can all hear what the big brain is thinking. But if you no speak to the head, you hear nothing.
I guess that makes sense.
Beastie nods. And walks off. But then pauses. But maybe you can. Because feet can smell, but so can your nose.
And there it is. Even so, I still want to test it out and see. You can't progress by just not trying anything.
Didn't you already try it? Asked Adel.
No, I don't think my idea was casting detect thoughts on it, and I have an infusion that I can do to make it to where I can also communicate with it when I do cast that spell. So my idea was going to be detecting the thoughts on it to see what it's thinking, and then trying to talk to it to see what it says.
And did you get anything from your detect thoughts?
I haven't tried it yet.
Pretty sure you did.
I don't think I did because we were at that fleshy grove and we were trying to decide how to get the thing. Like Otto was going to try it, but then we were more focused on doing on getting the panacea first.
No, I'm pretty sure before that, Otto did try detect thoughts on one of them and it didn't get anything.
I don't remember ever doing that. At least I'm like trying to remember, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure. It's like I was shocked that it didn't work. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it happened.
I don't think you tried it on the flesh. I think you tried it on like a plant.
Yeah, but the plant had flesh on it.
Yeah, but it wasn't like one of the big fleshy engrams that had like moving things around it. I don't think.
Fair enough.
He's talking about like at like the ravine where like we saw that there was like shit moving around in there.
All right. So we will see.
All of you suddenly hear a very loud bang, as if a door has just been slammed open.
Oh my fucking god! How? All right.
As
Pierce, your father, that's how.
as Obi just walks in, dragging Nyla with him.
Oh.
Ow, 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 ow.
Well.
I imagine by the ear.
Adel flinches severely at this, but then when she sees it's Nilo, she calms. Ah.
Milady, your father's here.
Yes, I can see that.
Fun fact, the knock spell apparently works on magnificent mansions, Obi says to this, walking over.
What brings you here?
I needed to get my detecting disease buddy to detect some disease. Is that all I'm good for you? At present moment, yes.
Hello, King Nilo.
Hello. Have you all been well?
Well, at the moment, no. For the first time in my life, cold has bothered me. Not sure how to deal with that.
He just
Now
stares
have
at
it Jubilee trying to warm you up.
He just kind of stares at you, a bit perplexed at this, and says, "Okay, have you been affected by something worse?"
Well, for why I believe you're here. She pulls out the plague mask. Once I told Dad that I wore this, he started acting strangely.
He takes it and looks it over, frowns a bit, and goes, "Where did you find this?"
We received it from a plague mask. We received it from a doctor called Dr. Kane.
Nilo just looks at the mask, then looks to Obi, and says, "There's no way." And Obi just kind of shrugs to this, and it's like, "Name one other person that deals with plague masks."
Well, there's also Dr. Grudge. I don't think he gave us a plague mask.
Nilo then sighs, offers the mask back to you, and says, "May I take your hand for a minute?"
Let's have it.
He takes your hand, and you watch as his eyes glow for a bit, and he frowns a bit more and said, before going,
Not again.
concerning.
What's this?
I sense that you have been infected with a disease, but it's easily curable.
What disease?
That's hard to explain, he says, as his hands begin to glow as he goes to cure you.
Please do your best to explain.
He thinks for a moment, and then goes, "You've been infected by a person?"
Huh?
Not eat.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, not easy to explain.
Infected by who?
Have you ever heard of Aiken?
Aiken? I thought you
Yeah.
got rid of him.
Yeah, so did we. But that's what this is very reminiscent of.
Oh, that'll just rubs your face. Of course Aiken was sent here.
The same Aiken from the stories, I assume.
Yes.
The one who infected an entire town and turned it into a game for the king here.
Yes. But I don't understand. We got this from Kane, not Aiken.
The reason I said that they couldn't just call themselves a different name.
Well, I mean, Aiken's a woman and Kane sounds like a man, Ovi says to this.
Yeah, but still, you can always just say your name is whatever.
How do you spell Aiken's that lady's name?
A-K-E-N.
A-K-E-N.
Now rearrange the letters.
You never saw Kane's face.
Kane.
Oh my god, Kane is Aiken.
Obi makes a face to this and's like, "That's doubtful."
I thought you never met Kane.
Might be. Yeah, that's the reason I say it's doubtful. You would know if you had met Aiken. Maybe it's her son.
But Aiken is a disease.
Oh Lord.
How does a disease have a son?
Mutates.
Have you looked outside, milady?
I am a diplomat, not a doctor. But I guess
So-
that explains that.
What are we thinking that this fucking thing is fucking Aiken's mutated son?
Well, I don't think this disease is Kane, judging from how Kane has acted. But it could be a brother of Kane. Or Aiken herself. But from what I saw in the stories, Aiken's infections did not work the way these things are.
Yeah, it's like Obita said, they probably mutated.
But that doesn't explain why it's as incurable, nor why it's...
And every initial disease, when it's discovered, is pretty much uncurable, depending on the circumstances. I'm assuming that if a disease has dealt with people that are immune, people that are able to cure it constantly, people are able to pretty much discover it immediately. Just like we always tend to change and evolve, that same can be said for any type of infection or disease. It can change and evolve in order to make counters.
Jeez.
So in this case, if we're working off this theory, this thing has somehow mutated and evolved to only be curable by one potion at the moment.
Oh gosh, this thing has ether too, doesn't it?
Aiken did. I think that's how she was spreading so quickly.
You think it might have spread into her mutated children?
Nilo shrugs to this.
Well...
Adel,
yes.
are you somehow able to sense if a creature or something has traces of dark ether in it?
I
Any type of ether?
cannot.
Have you tried?
What would Adel have to do to try, Drew?
Roll a Constitution check.
Oh. Oh boy, a wonderful time to have disadvantage on -2.
Why do you have disadvantage?
I thought disadvantage on was a level 1 of exhaustion, and she's on level
No,
2.
just a -2.
I told you that we don't use that rule. You just get a -2 on your roll.
Oh, well,
Also,
11.
take a luck point and reroll.
All right. Wait, does that make it 19 then?
No, you roll again, and then you can choose which number of the 3 you want to use.
18.
Because why not? Auto Flash of Genius.
That gives you a +5 on your roll.
So 23.
23.
As you begin to sit there and ponder, Adel, you realize you've never actually tried to sense for ether in other things, and you focus and you feel a warmth in your chest as you do in fact feel a energy coming off of King Nilo.
Huh.
You're learning how to sense energy.
I can sense it after all.
Well, there you go. That's how we can try to tell this thing has some form of ether on it.
Bloom Hollow, how big is your mansion? Ah, right, you BRB'd.
Yes.
Okay. You wait here, and I'm going to go walk to the other side of the mansion and see if I can still sense you, King Nilo. And then Ado is going to head to the other side of the mansion and see if she can still sense Nilo.
You can, but faintly. It does seem that the more distance you make, the harder it gets.
She'll head back. Alright. Seems with a certain level of distance, I can sense beings with ether. Hello, Matt.
Hello. Sorry. It's really, really hot.
You forgot to mute again, but
Sorry.
no worries.
Just really, really hot. Was not thinking.
Gloom Hollow, how big is your mansion?
One moment. Let me do calculations, please. She starts counting in her head, sort of moving her fingers around as if she's doing like, actual like quick math. Let's see.
2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1, that's 3 quick maths.
Not now I'm busy. Let's see. Entrance is 5 feet wide, 10 feet tall. It is 50 cubes. 50 cubes, yes. 10 feet on each side. So 500 feet on each. 500 feet roughly.
Well, that means the range, my sense is for ether, is around 500 feet, give or take.
Nice.
I guess I'll have to check about more come tomorrow once we start going out.
Nice.
But, Blue Hollow, we have discovered that this disease is potentially the mutated son of one of the villains that my dad and King Nilo and the others fought a few years ago. And they defeated her by sending her here.
I see.
To be fair, I thought I killed her, Obi says to this.
You mean they were imprisoned here?
No.
No.
No?
No.
I may need further clarification.
No.
Essentially, they thought they defeated it by sending it somewhere else.
No, I thought I killed it and disposed of it.
Oh.
Yes, but
So the supposed body was here, but turns out they were not dead.
no. Nilo, care to elaborate a bit?
I'm just as confused as you. Nilo says to this.
Right. Okay. So, sometime after they first fought Aiken reappeared. She was laying dormant in a mask or something along those lines. They tried to defeat her, but they realized that they couldn't fight a disease, so they instead pushed it into another realm. And similar to the nuclear explosion that they pushed into another realm, the Aiken arrived here.
So one of your great allies was not, or one of your great enemies was a disease.
Yeah. Obi says to this. And I hit her with a vaccine that I thought killed her, which apparently didn't kill her.
No.
Killed most of her.
Certain diseases have been known to develop a tolerance to vaccines that should kill them.
It wasn't even that. It's that there was a piece of her left and something that they completely forgot about.
I see. A failsafe, perhaps.
Maybe. But
And so now it has grown out of control once more.
more that it's mutated. Cain, for example, is the mutated son of Aiken.
Ah! That is unfortunate.
Well, Cain at least seems like he's a good guy. Can't say the same for his potential brothers or sisters. There is a very strong chance that a sibling of Cain, is this disease.
I see. So, does that give any insight on what we can do to alleviate this issue?
What was the vaccine used before, Dad?
One that me and my crew made together, and we only have the one.
What did you use to make it?
I had to get a sample of an infected person, and then, with the sample of the infected person, I took it to a person who is much more knowledgeable in science than myself, and they made the vaccine.
Ah, and who was this person?
My husband.
Ah,
I'm guessing we can't bring... seems to be... was about to say something, but now seems like gears are turning in her head.
There is a way,
Dad.
maybe.
Oh.
Eh?
What way would that be, George?
You guys probably wouldn't like it, but I do have a spell that can get us back to your guys' realm, and then a spell that can bring us back.
plane shift?
No.
No.
The dream
Well,
thing you were talking about
yes.
before?
Technically, yes. Plane shift and the dream thing, because with my plane shift, I don't know if we'll appear back where we want it to, but with Last Light here, since he's from here and I assume born here, we could at least use him as a catalyst to bring us back here if need be.
I mean, like a dimensional anchor.
Essentially, yes. As long as if a person, if I'm focusing on the person, it's hard to explain. If I'm focusing on the person, then we will normally be within a certain distance of that person's home when I cast the spell.
Very well.
But that's only if we think that Obidus' husband can create that vaccine for us, and if it'll actually work.
Well, Dad, what do you think?
Not sure, Obi admits.
Well, even then, we need a sample. And I don't feel very, very comfortable hauling around a a highly infectious sample of an incurable disease. At least not without the cure.
Or we try to just put the panacea that Otto can make into something that we can then put into the source of the infection itself.
And if we do that, then it could spread. And we won't have to potentially infect Solaria.
I'm talking about more or less injecting panacea into the source of the infection itself.
Yes. If we do that, then Last Light won't have to potentially kill himself. We won't have to infect Solaria. All we need to do is get the panacea, get enough of the panacea, and then get to the source of the infection. I much prefer that plan.
Then, if everyone else is okay with it, we can do that plan. And if we need a get out of jail card, we have my plan.
Not
At
sure.
least if we need to, well, at least if we need to leave the island and perhaps the realm, I guess.
I'm not sure if leaving the realm would be a good idea. We have a backup plan if the panacea doesn't work, at least.
Oh, so that's true.
Last Light, do you have any... Wait, where'd Last Light go? Oh, there he is.
He's still over reading a book.
Yeah, he was underneath one of the names for me. But, Last Light, do you have any thoughts?
He looks up from his book and looks at all of you gathered together before saying, "I will readily admit I was not paying attention."
What? I see.
TLDR, we've probably figured out what the infection actually is, which would explain why you guys have not been able to find a simple cure for it, and we're coming up with solutions to potentially fix it, which is injecting the source of the infection with panacea.
He blinks a bit to this and says, "That might work."
Yes. And if it doesn't, we still have another backup plan. But let's try the panacea first. We just need to
My only other thing is that we should make sure we do have backups because... Sorry, no, I'm not going to overthink like that. I shouldn't think like that.
Yes. Let's cross that bridge if we get there. It's too risky to do, just in case.
No, I'm not talking about the backup plan. I'm talking about the panacea injection plan.
What about it?
If... I don't want to put this down to people's heads, but we have to probably be prepared to do something in case it somehow mutates from the panacea itself. Because if that's worst case scenario, if it mutates from panacea, then you kind of get where I'm getting at with that.
If it mutates from panacea, then it can't be cured, period.
Exactly.
Lie.
Yes, that would be... Well, then it would be worse.
Well, Lai will look over from where she's been, or where they've been looking into their notes and goes, "Yes."
You've been studying the disease. Do you think it's
I have.
possible for one to be able to mutate immunity to panacea?
No.
Oh. Well.
Well, from the experimentations that I have done with the panacea, it cures everything. Not something just as simple as a simple disease. It puts you in your peak physical health after drinking it. Meaning it cures internal injuries, diseases, scars, etc., etc.
What if
But
it's injected?
what if...
Does that still apply?
I would assume so, yes.
But could it... I might be overthinking here, but if we inject it into this thing, and this thing being I'm trying to see if this being is a disease itself, what would happen to it itself?
I would assume it dies.
Okay.
Alright. Good
Alright.
job, Otto. We have a plan.
Wait, what?
Sorry, it wasn't. Oh, wait, no, it was George that suggested it. Well, good job, George and Otto. We have a plan.
She just wanted you to be included, apparently.
No,
Oh.
without Otto's work into discovering and trying to figure out the panacea, we wouldn't even have this plan.
Yes.
Well, I do have to say I need to get back to my kingdom. Nilo says to this.
Beastie will, like, look over while leaning against the statue. Rematch.
I'm afraid I don't have time. I
Rematch.
was actually in the middle of something before Obitus pulled me away.
She just goes over and starts poking. Rematch. Please?
I can't. I don't have time.
By the way, how is your kingdom doing?
It was doing well. I was in the middle of a meeting that was a good trade deal before Obi busted in through a window, grabbed me, and then teleported me here.
Well, we apologize, but as you saw, it was clearly an emergency situation.
Obi then goes, I do not apologize.
Of course you don't, Father.
Well, yeah. Why would I?
It is still appreciated, Dad.
I also like how none of them have commented that there are 2 Jubilees.
They've seen weirder.
I know, but that's even funnier. It's like,
With
oh
that,
no, that's normal.
And with that, the two of them will begin walking away as they are chatting together.
Beastie, however, is going to try and find Aurelia. It's gonna be like, hey, this king needs more time. You time lady.
Aurelia, a goblin is searching for you. Oh, Aurelia's muted.
Oh no,
May not
she
even
here.
be here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, nay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Beastie will not get her rematch this time.
Oh, also, Elvi, in order to get into your magnificent mansion, Obi cast knock on your door.
Of course he did.
Yeah, we were all like, what the fuck was that? Oh, it's Obitus.
Yes.
For a brief moment, the panic was real.
Do you think they were nice enough to close the door before they came in?
No.
Okay.
I'll go and see if it's,
Ah,
if I have to close the door.
The door was, in fact, closed.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that was kind of
Very nice.
Actually, check if it's an illusionary door, just in case.
I don't think they do that to us.
Elvi kind of just
especially
turns to look at Adel like, what?
considering the dangers we're in, I doubt they do that.
He is a prankster.
A prankster when we're dealing with a dangerous disease that both you and your father dealt with?
What most likely happened is that he would have, if he was indeed playing a prank, he would have had a second door behind that door and made an illusion of our door.
I don't think you know how interdimensional spaces work.
I don't think you know what my dad is capable of. Well, Ada will poke the door just to make sure it is real.
And as you do, all of you hear a magic mouth get triggered that says, really? You thought it was an illusion?
Huh?
I told you.
gotcha, bitch.
Also told you.
I can't tell if this still counts as a prank.
It was, just not the one you were thinking of.
Of course it
Well-
was.
Well, this isn't a prank. I'm going to sleep. George will start walking off.
It's the morning. We just started this day.
No,
It's for the evening.
Hold up, evening?
Oh.
4 is the evening?
It's 4. It was.
Well, it could be worse. It could be 9 in the afternoon.
Well, either way, are we planning on traveling more?
No,
Ah,
Then I'm resting because it's
Ah.
cold and I want to heat up.
go rest.
ah.
And auto eventually raises 10, so should I still do my helmet idea just to make sure just to see if we can get any confirmation about if this thing is actually related to bacon?
No, probably a good idea not to wear it.
Okay. I was gonna think of ring of mind shielding as well, but
It's not a mind shield, it's a disease.
Ah.
Upon wearing it, you are infected with the brother of this disease, so we don't really know the effects of that, even if it is just for a moment.
I suppose so. I guess it could be the case if it can infect someone mentally.
Well, either way, she pats Otto on the shoulder. Good job. And she starts heading along.
Oh, thank you. And he will also head off to his room.
You okay, Cass?
Yeah, did you just like?
Gout's
What?
acting up? Or is it a migraine?
What?
Are you
What?
okay?
Yeah, I'm having some gas.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
Well.
sorry, my body's saying, huh? Ugh.
Yeah,
I'll be
no,
fine. It's just I'm belching a lot.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me.
There you go.
Just try not to do it into the microphone, thank you.
I am literally about half my body's length away from the microphone.
Thanks.
Wow.
Alright.
I just think about that for a minute. I am that far away from the microphone, and you can still hear it.
Yep.
Yep.
Pretty good microphone.
Yeah.
Oh. Ella's going to head off to her room and just chill for now.
Okay.
I guess since Beastie couldn't find Aurelia, she's going to... I don't know. She'll chill as well. Probably just go and lift something heavy.
Okay.
Oh,
Like Scalodius.
Ola is heading to his room. Does this work? Okay. Would I don't know if alarm works if he's in an actual dimensional space?
Alarm will, if you put the alarm in the space that you're in, yes. Like, for example, if you put it at the entry door, the alarm will go off. You're not sure if it'll work if you put it outside of the mansion, though.
Okay. Otto will then go and as he's walking along, he'll ask, Thorgrim to come with him.
Oh. What? Sure.
Ain't your help with something just in case?
Yeah, sure, Rabbit Bro. What's up?
Go.
Yep.
Since I don't know, I want to make sure that I want to test something, and then I want to set up something if my test works.
Okay.
Then he'll start walking towards the door.
Okay.
I will follow with complete confusion on my face.
And he'll do the same thing as Ada, where he kind of just pokes his head out to make sure nothing's out there. Alright. Then once he's out there, he's going to cast alarm towards, like, pretty much just around the entrance of the door. He's then going to step into the mansion, and then we'll ask Thorgrim just to kind of walk around the alarm area.
Thorgrim will begin to walk around.
1 second.
And will attempt to not fall off the cliff.
Did he say he's wearing it?
Wearing what?
Mask?
No, he's not wearing a mask. I don't
At
wearing
the
a mask.
moment.
Put it away.
I will.
But I don't think. I don't know if he ever put on the mask, but I don't think Nyla ever checked him for disease. I'm very scared that I'm not just getting a yes or no, you get an alarm noise.
Hold on. I have to do stuff.
Oh no.
So, based on the wording of alarm, since it doesn't specifically state that it doesn't work if you're in an extra-dimensional space, I can only assume that it does, so that's what I'm going to have to go with.
Okay. So then Otto will hear the alarm kind of ping off in his head, and then he'll say, okay, I got what I needed, so, give me a sec. And as he does this, I need to see if there's... check the spells to make sure. Okay. So then he will say thank you, and then pretty much sure, unless something different happens, around the time that they all would go to sleep, Otto's going to essentially set up 3 alarms. That's essentially going to be a 60-foot range away from the door if we can.
Okay.
Like a 60-foot radius around the door.
Okay. Are you making it audible or a mental?
You'll make it mental.
Okay.
Make it mental so he can hear it, and then we'll be able to warn people. So yeah, I'll pretty much set that up before everyone goes to sleep so that it's not... it doesn't all suddenly deactivate in the middle of the night.
Alright.
And that'll be what he's doing.
In that case, after that is all said and done, you will re-enter the Mansione, presumably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mention.
Then after that's done later in the evening, you'll then go to sleep.
Yes.
And also thank Thorgrim for his help.
It's okay. Thorgrim will go back to table and will nom nom some foods and then go to sleeps.
So, what's everyone else doing?
Question is Marvessa just invisible, or am I tripping? Because I have not seen her icon.
Yes, Maravesta is invisible, but I'm not actually sure why, because I'm not the one who did that.
Oh, there she is.
I don't know why she was invisible.
I was gonna ask about that, but I just didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, there they are.
I don't know why your token was invisible. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I did something.
Well, I apologize. I should have noticed that, and I just didn't. Why is Elvie in? Oh, okay.
I'm in the chair.
Yeah. We'll put Maravesta in this chair then. Yep.
I'm in the chair. I'm
Oh,
reading
sorry.
a book.
Sorry you were invisible there, Maravesta. I feel very bad. I should have noticed that.
That's fine. I don't mind spending my time invisible.
Now you're making me feel worse.
I mean, I suppose like it comes with like rogue territory.
Alright. Well, do you want to do anything or say anything now that you are all come back from the void that we're not sure why you were in?
No, I think it's time. I'll also head to bed this time, like an actual bed, not the
Alright.
fireplace.
Alrighty. There are plenty of rooms for you, so you can find yourself one to settle down into.
Wonderful.
So is everyone heading to bed?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Right. It is time to roll some stuff. Roll some stuff. Otto.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Around 2 in the morning, you are suddenly awoken as what appears to, or what sounds like a bell begins ringing in your mind.
Oh, no.
Otto will kind of wake up and lean, like, get up out of bed. And then he'll rub his eyes a little bit. I'm gonna roll the. Is it technically with this? Does his portents activate on a new day, or does that only activate once I finish the long rest?
Your portents refresh on a long rest.
Okay. And I'm guessing this doesn't count as a long rest yet. Well, I don't know what exactly the time frame would have been for us to rest. I guess so.
Sure, it counts as a long rest.
Okay. No. Oh boy. Otto will then wake up, and then we'll kind of just ask Hoppy to go to other side of the rooms, and we'll say, "Oh, plan to say, knock on the doors. Knock on the doors. When people respond, say Otto's alarm spell went off outside the mansion." Then he will go to the other side of the mansion, and we'll start doing that as well, and waking everyone up.
Alright. All of you are beginning to be awoken by knocks on the door, Hoppy informing you that the alarm spell has gone off before he wanders away without any more explanation.
Thorgrim, realizing what that means, will immediately follow. LV is a bit confused, but she will begin to get her stuff ready and will follow.
I'll follow as well. She'll look to see who else was affected by the cold and who else was affected by the cold and didn't use the legendary resistance.
I know George used his. Otto made his save, so.
This counts as a long rest, so one of the points is gone.
Yeah, I know. Anyone else? Going once, going twice?
I know I used one for one of my characters, because the other one made their save.
Okay. I'll cast Greater Restoration on herself and remove her level of exhaustion. And we'll follow along after Hoppy. Still groggily follow.
George, after getting woken, we'll get ready, and then we'll follow. I assume once everyone gathered up, Otto will kind of let him know what he did, which is he set up boundaries of an alarm spell around the door, and just now he got an alarm saying that something had gotten into the aura or stepped into the area. So yeah, something could be out there. I don't know if it's setting up to maybe do something to us when we leave, or if it's might just be something passing by.
Well, if there's something out there that's waiting for us, I doubt it's going to leave anytime soon. And if it's something passing by, well, there'll be no reason for something like that to be passing by in this cold.
I guess so. But I didn't just want to go out there and see what it was, so I figured I'd wake you all up for it.
Yes, I doubt it's a good idea to go poke the bear's nest, well, beehive, without precautions.
I'll look around. I'm guessing Ricardo Romero and
They have not.
Last Light are all up? Okay.
Ricardo and Romero have not been awoken yet. Last Light has joined you.
Okay. Do we want to bring Ricardo and Romero for this, or no?
Would be a good idea to do so.
Okay. Then he'll command Hoppy to go wake them up and tell them what happened.
You feel another. You feel another ping, Otto.
Uh-oh.
Another ping just went off.
Alright, maybe we don't have time.
Yes.
That pretty much means that it's only 20 feet of each spell, so it could have gotten either closer, or it actually might be getting closer.
Another ping.
Let's talk.
Another ping.
Let's go.
Thorgrim hammer out.
Yep. George, as they're doing this, will cast a spell.
What spell?
Psychic Blade. Or fucking... Not Psychic Blade. There's a spell, Shadow Blade. Spell he has not used in a while.
You steal all that bacon or a sword, and we'll head on out the door.
Oh yeah, Thorgrim will set his sword aflame as well. Or his hammer, sorry.
Okay. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
Blade of Darkness.
We'll gather up everyone. We will copy everyone. We will go to the map.
To the map, to the map.
Oh no, we lost someone. Who did we lose?
Oh no,
We lost Aurelia.
oh no.
She hath betrayed us again.
Alt
There.
F4.
Oh boy.
As you all come out, you do in fact see the creatures that have alerted the alarm system, and they appear to. Oh wait, why are there two Adels? Why are there two Jubilees? Jubilee, did you ever remerge yourself? Why are there two Adels? Are there two of everyone right now?
No, I think it's
Not
everyone
me.
who went outside the first time.
Nope, there isn't two Thorgrims though.
Hold on.
I didn't re-merge, so I could have remerged for bedtime, but
Now, you never said you did, so I'm gonna assume you didn't. Means I gotta get a second one of you.
That's fine.
Not that
Also, that way your health is halved when you're like that, so.
Noted. I'm sorry. Just. Ugh.
There we go. Alright. You notice that there are creatures that appear to be wandering around and seem to be exploring the area.
Could I roll a what the fuck is that check on those things?
Sure.
Sweet.
I mean, don't we already know what these things are?
I don't know. Do we?
Pretty sure we've seen them before.
Little guys.
Yeah, it's the guys that got summoned when we were fighting the other paladin the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. This has not penetrated my brain, apparently.
They're creatures that were also summoned when we were fighting that corrupted paladin last session. Or a session before that, I think.
Yeah, no, totally don't remember. Completely gone.
Well,
What do we know about them? Do we know anything about them?
they are infected.
They're infected. We had to use fire, and then once we use fire, we have to burn them again to make sure they didn't come back permanently.
Oh, those things, okay. The ones that are kind of orc-like, because... Well, not... troll-like, sorry. Troll, not orc. Trolls in D&D were assholes, because you had to use fire and acid to burn them before they resurrected.
But they appear to be wandering around in an almost aimless way, but none of them appear to be looking towards y'all's direction.
Can I'll roll a perception to see if you might see anything else around other than just these things.
Sure. Roll perception.
I will flash genius.
You do not see anything else. But for the briefest moment, you thought you heard the crunch of snow.
Oh boy.
Crunch.
As I say, this Otto's going to, or George is going to, looking at things, these are kind of aimlessly walking around. He's either going to point, he's going to look at Adel and it's going to either point at them and then point towards the door. As if saying, are we fighting or are we going back in?
Ada will how to do this. Alright. Ada will look over the door and then just shake her head. And it will then let's see. What can she do? She will actually no. Well, fuck it. We ball. Ale will suddenly cast Scorching Ray.
Oh no.
Need initiative.
Yeah, just point of order. I don't see one of my characters on the map.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I seem to be missing a wizard.
The way that you said that's unfortunate makes me wonder if that was on purpose.
The wizard?
Oh shit, hold up. It's his advantage.
Oh,
whoops.
hello. I found a wizard. wizard is no longer missing. Okay. You.
Rip.
And then
I just suck with initiative. I don't know.
It do be
Okay.
like that.
sometimes that
Hold
just
on.
happens.
I absolutely love that your only reaction to your roll was just going, bruh.
Brett.
Don't feel so bad.
Well, you know. Oh, look, the 5. That's good. Yeah.
I'm right there with you. Where's Scalodius? Oh, there he is.
Yes, beside diagonal to Otto.
Wait, since I have two, do I have to roll a second time for the other Jubilee?
No, they'll act on the same turn.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I have to get dice. The dicey, icy dice of dicitude.
My AI asked that if none of them saw it'll do it, so she did it subtly, she could do her attack before her turn.
No,
Okay.
that's not how surprise rounds work.
No.
You are getting a surprise round, but that's not how surprise rounds work.
Oh, okay.
More infected, okay. Sorry, I was preoccupied with my stomach, my pain.
So, as this is a surprise round, I will let Adel do her Scorching Ray, and then everyone else will get their turns, and the other creatures will not get a turn until we've been through the initiative once over.
Yay. Let's see.
Blue's not here because some stuff happened with her PC, so it might be a bit. Which might be.
Be Thanos!
Yeah.
Then Aurelia has been banished to the Shadow Realm.
Oh no, she lost the shadow game.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, since there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Oh, just
One to each.
Yep, fly up 10. Use your bonus action, get wings, fly up 5 feet to the 12.
Well, roll a d12 for that crit failure that's in there.
Oh boy.
Okay, you shoot Hubert with that one.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Oopsie.
Alright, so who are you shooting with your 11?
So, from, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You stop. We're gonna go one at a time. So the 23 roll hits here. Your roll to hit for 26 hits here. Your roll of 10 hits Hubert.
Okay.
Your roll of 26 hits here. Your crit. 25 plus 16. then your last one hits here. Alright. Now Thorgrim, it's your turn.
Up. Only Thorgrim. I only want one. Move to this one. Do the Rage.
Okay.
And then do the Bonk Bonk. And just because... Actually, no, I won't. I'll just do it normal. So, hiya! Hiya!
Alright. So after you hit it 2 times, you see the flames engulf the creature as it hits the ground thrashing and eventually stops moving.
Sweet. It's one! And that is all of my actions.
Alright. In that case, it moves to Hubert. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Whoops. There we go.
Up. Oh,
Good job, Hubert.
Good job, Hubert.
So, he'll get 1 attack. And it'll deal this much cold damage. And this much radiant damaggio. Then the creature will get a reactionary counter on him. Alright. That'll hit Hubert. Dealing 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And Hubert needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
oh no.
Alright. Otto.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, man. I was trying to think about what to do here. Otto is going to he's also going to just cast Scorching Ray on which one did Adel crit or like it took more damage?
The crit, the one that got crits right here.
It was Scorching Ray, that one, and it's 3 rays to start?
Yep.
Okay. And then he'll fire 2 at this one, and then 1 at this one.
Okay. Roll to hit. The first one. That'll hit. Alright. The first ray hits the first one you aimed at. It lets out a wail of pain and hits the ground, thrashing for a minute before going still.
Oh. And it'll also hit the second one then, or use, I guess, the last 2 on that, the one down at the bottom.
Okay. 8 fwee.
Oh, you already calculated that, never mind.
Alright. And that one goes down as well.
Just with the 1 ray?
You hit it with 2 rays.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, I only rolled twice, so.
Well, you can go ahead and roll, but unless you roll a crit failure, you're not gonna miss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you hit it. You're good.
Okay.
Anything else?
And then Hoppy, command Hoppy to protect Jubilee, since she's a bit weaker at the moment with being too cut in half. Now I'll be turn.
George.
George is going to think about what spells he has. I don't think George has any fire spell options. Actually, no, he does, but it's close range, so he's just going to walk over to this one over here. He's going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Oh wait, he does have one. Eldritch Blast, not a fire spell.
Only I chose fire damage. One, 2, 3, and he'll make this damage just radiant.
Alright.
$15 damage, 11 damage, and 11 damage.
Okay. That one goes down.
Then, because why not, he will walk over, using his pocket spellbook, will bonus action Eldritch Blast this one.
Okay. That one takes the 3 bolts and is still standing.
Alright, and that'll be his turn.
Alright. Moved on to its turn, but this is a surprise round, so Scalodius.
Charge and start slicing this one. Could have said reckless, but I didn't.
Alright.
I'm guessing that's a hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other one.
You KO'd it with the first one. And upon killing it, you see the sword glow as an ethereal mist comes from the slain creature and goes into your blade. As you gain 1 charge.
Note that down and let you carry on.
LV.
Excellent. Is anybody left?
Yes, the one standing in front of you.
I see. That should be enough. Because I do not appreciate the idea of my friend getting attacked by this diseased creature, I will attack it with a firebolt.
Okay. And as the firebolt hits, it roars out in pain and falls to the ground.
Typically, need fire, what we'll say.
Yes. Is there anyone that's not burning currently?
Some of them have cinders on them, but they are not up in flames.
Okay. LV will start hucking firebolts at the ones that are not currently, like, up higher.
Do you have a means of doing so as a bonus action?
Oh, are we still in turns? Okay. I do have a means, but that would require sorcery points, so... Yeah, no, you know what? I'll spend 2 sorcery points and I'll firebolt one of the other ones.
Okay, which one?
You said they're all kind of just cindering, but not, like, really, like, on fire?
Yes.
Just the one closest to me, I guess. This one.
Alright. Roll to hit with disadvantage.
E.
That hit.
Okay.
For 20 fire damage, and that makes it go up in flames and burn away.
Sweet.
Burn away? Like, nothing left but ash?
Correct.
Ooh, that's bad.
Why?
How do you get a sample of something like that if the only safe way to keep it is to burn it to ash?
Said we weren't going to do the sample thing?
No, I know. But it's like, just in case sort of deal, you know?
Then we just, like, slice off a bit of its skin.
We could leave one. I mean...
I don't think
have
we
plenty
should. I'm just thinking about in the future sort of deal, you know?
If we need it, yeah.
Yeah. Right now, we could just, you know...
Yeah, right now,
incinerate these
go
ones.
ham.
Yep. That's all of my actions.
Alright, Beastie.
Alright. Let's see. Beastie's going to try something. Is this one, like, burned to ash?
No, it is ever so slightly on fire, but it is not to ashes yet.
Alright. Beastie is going to, like, walk on over, rub her chin as if, like, it thawed, and then will look to her ring of weapons and will then try and make a torch.
You make a torch.
Is it on fire?
Yes.
Alright. She's gonna use it to whack the burning body.
Roll to hit.
Since it's pro, does she have advantage?
It will technically be a critical if you hit, since it's prone. And incapacitated.
Okay. It's been so long that she's attacked something without being raged. I forgot what the normal thing is. I think it's this. Oh boy.
You are still proficient with the torch, but that does hit.
Oh, cool. How much damage does a torch even do?
1d4 plus 1d4 fire damage.
Goodness me.
So you'll deal 1d4 plus 4 plus your strength plus 1d4 plus 4 fire damage.
1d4 plus 4 plus strength. So that's 8. That 1d4 fire damage.
1d4 plus 4 fire damage.
Oh. Man, I don't even know. I am confused.
It does burn away though.
Yay. You still pulled away. Well, she can't since it's not a turn, I guess. But no more action. Whatever. She's just happy that worked.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope.
This is going on. I was going to say, it's not a good time to mention that I felt like I heard a faint foot crunch in snow.
Ada will pause and look to Otto. The best time would have been a few seconds ago. But now is the second best time. In what direction?
I'll remember that.
You didn't catch a direction, you just know you heard it.
I didn't catch a direction, I just know I heard it.
Great. If it hasn't shown itself yet, then it's smart enough to hide.
And as you're all saying this, Lothariel will go over to the one in front of Hubert and is beginning to collect samples.
Oh,
Well, that gets rid of that problem.
yes, it does.
Thank you for the forethought, dear sibling.
They look over at you and say, "These were not for you, but I suppose I can share."
No. It's better to have someone collect them than no one, so.
I was collecting them for myself.
Indeed. Perhaps you can share your findings when you are done.
We will see. Adel, it's your turn. But you only have a bonus action. Ironically, this is only the first time we've been through the initiative order.
Yeah, I know, it's been a while.
Alright. Is slipping on the goggles bonus action or invisibility?
It would be an action. Because that would be using an item.
Alright. And I'll slip them on.
You don't have an action. You spent it.
Should quicken spell instead of subtle spell day. Alright. Well. I'm not sure what she should do. I guess she's not gonna do anything. He'll touch back down.
Alright. Jubilee.
Both of them are gonna hold action with some Eldritch Blasts if any of them get up.
Okay. Metavetta.
Yeah. Do we know exactly where you heard the footsteps?
No.
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 Where are you on the board? I'm gonna come to you.
He's the webbit.
Rabbit brew.
I can move 30.
Yes.
You can dash.
Actually,
But
yeah, I'm gonna dash.
as a rogue, you can actually dash as a bonus action as well.
Yeah, I want to dash. Well, I want to use blind sense. So if I move over there, can I use blind sense?
Pretty
We'll
sure
have to.
Blind Sense is a passive thing.
It's a passive, yeah. So if
Yeah.
I just go over there, would I be able to?
So long as it's within 10 feet of you, yes.
Yeah, so like visually, you could kind of walk around, just wait until you eventually see it, maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here for now, just here, and then I'll wait. Look for an
You're
opportunity.
blind? On your way there and stopping there, your blind sense is not letting you be aware of anything around.
Okay. Well, I don't hear anything.
Try
You
to.
Well,
If you want to try and hear something, you'd have to roll a perception check as your action.
yeah. Let me try and do that then.
Alright, roll a percepzione.
Oh.
Auto
You-
roll as a reaction flash for genius.
Alright, that'll make it a 21. As you begin listening out, Maravesta, you also hear the distinct sound of a foot crunching in the snow, but you can't really tell from where.
Okay, I definitely hear it, but I can't pinpoint exactly where the sound is coming from. And I think for now I will end my turn. Not much more I think I can do.
Alright. Orgrim, your turn.
I'm going to, following everybody else's lead, I'm gonna see if I can making my way to this feller.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a key point to dasharoo over to it, so I can do a movement and a bonus to zip on over. Oh, where's the? Oh, there we go. My browser suddenly blinked out on me in a second. Everything was just, you know, the snowy, bluey white.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so I could not see anything except for that. So I'm gonna just run over there, and I'm gonna make 2 flaming hammer attacks to make it go bye-bye.
And bye-bye it goes as it goes up in flames.
Cool. That's another. And that's all for me.
Then it moves to Hubert, who raises his weapon, which ignites in flame, as he casts Searing Smite and eradicates the one before him.
Alright. Idle's gonna slip on her invisibility goggles and look around.
Roll perception. Okay. Your perception was low, so you're going to have to find it yourself.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means that it's possible for you to see it, but only if you can see it.
Found it.
Ah! Is that thing invisible, or?
Well, it's not to you.
Okay.
Oh, that. Oh, no.
Adel will...
And
Oh, God.
it appears to be looking over the rock wall, staring at you all. It's not approaching, it's not advancing, it just appears to be observing.
It'll frown. She will raise up one lens of the goggles to see if it is invisible.
You only see it through the lens that you are looking through.
There's an invisible creature over there, she'll say in Elvish.
And what does this creature resemble?
Has Adel ever seen anything like this before?
Kinda looks like a drake, but strangely deformed and the easiest way to describe it would be a deformed drake.
It looks like a deformed drake, she says in Elvish.
I see. Deformed how?
Phenom.
Sorry, what?
Deformed how?
The flesh on it, oh my fucking god. Oh god. Player knows, character doesn't.
Yeah, this is scary.
The flesh on it looks kind of weird, like it's melting off or something.
That sounds undead, perhaps.
Does it look like it's infected?
You can't tell from that distance.
I ain't getting any fucking closer to that fucking thing. You think I'm crazy?
Going based off of the descriptions that Ado's kind of giving out, can Otto try to
That's what
maybe
I'm trying to get at.
guess or see if he's heard anything about something similar?
Sure.
Oh,
Roll history.
okay. May I also?
Sure.
Sweet.
It is nothing that either of you are familiar with.
Of course, you wouldn't know about it.
I can only hazard a guess, but I've never heard of anything exactly like this before.
That.
I was just watching it go.
It moves over to this side, never taking its eyes off of you. Specifically you, Adelsarde, as it's moving very slowly, keeping a watch on you.
Is it getting any closer or any further?
No. It
Alright.
seems to be staying a certain distance, but it's watching you. Observing you.
Is it doing anything right now?
It's watching. Oh.
And
Edo will check to see if it has ether in it.
does not have ether in it. But
Okay.
does this mean you were following it?
With her eyes, yes.
Okay, how are you going to get the goggles to face towards it if you're... Because if you were facing here, eventually your eyes wouldn't be able to follow it all the way over here and still see it through the goggles.
Rotate the body.
Let's see. Her performance is a 3. She's going to pretend like she's just looking around, but is going to be keeping her eyes on it.
Okay, roll performance.
Alright. Oh boy.
Reroll.
Alright.
Is it got lucky point?
There we go.
Okay. So, as you pretend to look around, the creature comes to a stop again and continues to observe you.
Last light, she'll say in Elvish.
The last light's looking around as well. He does not seem to understand you.
She'll try again in Dwarvish.
He does not seem to understand you.
He was a human when they spoke before you. Well, when he took his thing off, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, not gonna do in common.
Why not?
Otto has
Uncommon?
been talking.
Do you mean undercommon?
What?
You said not gonna try uncommon.
I didn't say uncommon. I meant
No,
I
he-
said
He
common.
said she in.
Ah. Okay. Gotcha.
She'll say in Elvish, I think it knows that I'm trying to watch it. At least it's suspicious. But whatever it is, I don't think it's infected. But it's not friendly either.
I mean, if it's Otto saying this in Elvish, if it's somehow avoiding you from knowing you're watching it, then that shows that it can at least think or have some form of intelligence.
Yeah.
Whatever it
Well, I
is.
should specify, I don't think, but it's infected, but I can't tell without getting closer.
Good. Always just try to communicate and see what if it does anything without looking at it.
I think it doesn't. I think if it knows that I know it's here, it's going to do something.
I mean, you could act like we're looking for survivors, maybe.
Oh.
Oh,
Well, hell, we'll sigh and we'll just like look to where it was before, but we'll look to the others. To the left.
Did it just leave, or did it leave your eyesight?
It left. Oh, right. Let's go into Scorch and write this one.
As you go to do that, you actually begin to realize that none of the flesh is moving on that body, unlike the other ones that got downed.
Okay.
Something happened to that one that didn't happen to the other ones.
Elias will look over it, I guess, considering he's noticing it's not doing anything new either.
Scrodius, what did you do to this one?
Stabbed it.
With what?
Points at Duty.
duty.
She stares at the sword. Ooh.
I think I absorbed its soul? Question mark?
Please don't walk over. Oh yeah, that's the sword that does the thing with the souls. Wait, hold on, actually. Reading this thing again. When slaying an evil creature gains one charge of a maximum 10, and you use 10 charges to purify its soul.
No, you use 10 charges to purify the 11th soul.
Ah. But then what happens to the other 10?
Nothing.
Well, that's either very disturbing or confusing.
I believe the priest may have found a new way to neutralize them.
Maybe. But either way.
Jubilee's looking over the body, seeing if there's any other flesh things on it still, and if there are, how they're acting.
There is a lot of mutated flesh, but none of it is moving.
Oh wow, yeah, he's completely made the mutated flesh inert. Huh. Interesting. I guess without a soul, the mutated flesh has nothing to pilot then, and it just goes. That doesn't make sense because it can attach to Hoppy. Unless Hoppy has a soul. Peculiar.
Well, it will take out the compass and will want to find the location where the ritual to create Panacea is hidden on this island.
Do you want to complete our rest first? Because it is still like 2 in the morning.
Yes, but let's just see the direction first.
North. More specifically, the compass appears to be pointing in a that-a-way-ish direction.
Okay, so this way direction for where the Panacea is, and the source of the source of the disease is which direction? Here, and the thing with Deadbeard is which direction? There.
Directly west.
All right. Well, back in to finish the rest. It all goes.
So, I'm kind of thinking. I just got that dagger that like steal souls. Can that help with the fleshy things?
Definitely.
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay.
Seems like a few of us have some resources to neutralize them now.
Yeah, some of these creatures are mutated and still aren't exactly considered undead. They still have some type of soul, so
So you take the soul, neutralize the threat.
pretty much. This is happening. As they're all getting ready, I was gonna pretty much do the same thing. Just 3 alarm spells around the area again, and then go inside and rest.
Okay.
Jubilee's gonna reform back into her single self and then go back to bed. I have no idea where the other.
All right. Let's see. All about 2 hours later, all 3 of your alarms go off. One back to back to back.
Oh, fuck. Eyes will snap open. Then he'll pretty much get up, and then we'll start. The first go and check the door to make sure nothing's happened to it.
Nothing appears to have happened to the door.
Okay. And then he'll just command Hoppy, same thing as before.
Okay.
And
You are all awoken once again.
I'll check her clock.
About 2 hours later.
so like 4 in the morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, Aurelia's back.
I'm glad that you got plenty of sleep.
I know that was Maravesta, but you sounded so much like her right then.
Yeah.
I didn't get a lot of sleep, but sleep is sleep.
Well, good morning to you as well.
They say morning is the best time of day.
It is not.
However, this was different though. Once everyone's kind of gathered up.
Really?
Yeah, rather than each one going off, all 3 went off at the same time. Pretty much one after the other, I guess.
I wonder if that was done on purpose.
Was that they all went off at the same time, or was it like one after the other after the other?
It was one after the other, after the other, after the other. Like, within seconds of each other.
Okay. I will say. It was kind of one after the other, after the other, after the other. So, my best guess could be something might be really close to the door. Could be. That or it could be a reaction to the beings we destroyed up here.
More than likely.
George, after rest, like just kind of have a little bit of a headache. It's just gonna come up and just be like, so what's the plan this time? Are we seeing what it is, or are we just gonna sit by and let it do whatever?
Hale's just going to look to the door, wait a moment to see if anything occurs to it.
Nothing happens.
I think someone should stand guard at the door, and if something starts trying to break in, then we leave.
Do we have any ideas of who should stand guard then?
Misty will just yawn and raise her hand. Me sleep while standing anyway.
And I've already gotten the amount of sleep that I need, so I can do it as well.
We can also have Hoppy stay with to keep an eye out as well, since he doesn't need sleep.
Well, Misty will just go to the door, fold her arms, and promptly shut her eyes.
Hubert will sit in a chair and will watch the door.
Otto will kind of just stand near the door. Not Otto, Hoppy will.
Meanwhile, is gonna go back to sleep.
Okay.
Otto will do the same. George, since he got a short rest, will also stay up and keep an eye out.
Okay.
Until
I don't need any more sleep, so I'm gonna stay up and I'll just like stay here and keep watch. And Marvesta's just gonna be muttering to her dagger.
Oh.
Alright. Yeah,
only normal things to do.
Elle's going to do her meditation instead of normal sleeping, so she'll get up after a couple hours.
Yes, as will I.
Alright. And eventually, as time passes by, it'll get to 7 in the morning, which can be the usual time everyone actually gets up for the day.
Alright. They'll get up, grab some breakfast, and we'll just quickly go to check up on how the door's doing.
You see Hubert watching the door, and it seems fine.
She'll be chilling there for now, waiting for the others while finishing her breakfast.
Alright. So, all of you will get up and enjoy your breakfast, presumably, if you want to eat.
Of course.
Is there any particular reason you still want us to be listening to combat music there, Pheno?
Oops. Oh, this isn't combat music. This is,
Anxiety music.
yes.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
How is slow music with a flute? Fight music. Oh, I see. I thought it was an extension, but it has another song in it. My bad.
Yes, this is very clearly fight music. Unless you're trying to manifest something.
No.
Like a fight.
it's supposed to have just been playing the first one on repeat, not have a playlist in it. There we go.
Alright. So, what are you all doing for your morning?
No, the usual
George's-
rituals. But
Oh,
George is gonna get his normal breakfast and then just keeping. As he's eating, he's kind of just going like eventually, like every now and again, look towards the door, and then keep eating.
The door is still a door.
yeah.
Door's made out of
Door's
door.
made out of door. Well, Beastie will awaken, crack her neck, see that everything is still as it is, and is just gonna go grab some food.
Alright.
Once everyone's ready, I will say. Alright. So the panacea is to the north, and the source of the infection is to the east.
I presume you mean the way we make more panacea is to the north.
Yes. So we will head north, and then head southeast. Wait. Yes. No? South. Whatever. We'll head towards the source of the infection.
Hubert nods.
Yep. I'm assuming we should. The plan for us to get there is that we go outside, check to make sure the area is safe, and then have Jubilee do her thing to get us to travel.
Actually, Jubilee, would it be possible to... Actually, she looks to the door. Ovi, is that a push door or pull door from our side? Boom Hollow?
it's a door. You can do however you wish.
Okay. Should be possible for all of us to push the door open if we turn into wind.
The only problem would be LV. Well, I guess the door would automatically come to her if it, if its magic ceases.
No, I would have to pick it up.
And you can't do that as wind.
That's what I think. The good option would be making sure that the area is clear once we get outside, and then start to use our resources.
Very well. Actually, no. It's better if we do the spell that turns us into wind. We turn back, we clear the area out there so we're only sitting around for about a minute instead of 10. And then we leave.
That's understandable.
Alright. Any objections?
I'm sorry, I am dissociating real bad. Well, what did you say?
Jubilee's going to cast her spell to turn us all into wind. We're going to turn back and then clear out the outside to make sure we're good to turn into wind, since it'll be only a minute at that point rather than 11 minutes.
Okay.
Alright. Jubilees, please turn us into wind. Hey, thanks for watching the video until the end. If you want to see more of my stuff, click on either the vids on screen or check out my YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check the description for more places to follow me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you.